What's up, guys? Welcome back to Call of the Wild. The Angler patch 1.2.4 is live. It's been live for a couple days now, and I do apologize. My work schedule sucks. All right, I'm just going to preface this with that. I work 2:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. It sucks when it comes to making content. So, here we are. We're finally getting to it. Today's date of recording is Friday the 24th. This patch has been out for like 2 days, I think. But anyways, let's take a look at it and see what we got. Vehicles now have multiple fixed cameras to cycle between while exploring. We talked about that in the last video. Previously, you were limited to a single first-person perspective in the vehicle. That default view, even after manually widening the field of view, was too restrictive and confined for many players. There are now multiple fixed cameras around the vehicle that'll offer better visibility and comfort. So it looks like what we're seeing is a first-person view, something right in front of the windshield, and a camera right in front of that. Okay. Moving on, the quick wheel has been added to make quick chat and emote selections more convenient and faster to execute. The quick menu, while convenient, didn't scale well to having more content as we've begun to add more chat lines and emotes. It started to become cumbersome. The new wheel will allow easier and faster access to all of the social inputs. If you're one of those people, you probably appreciate that. I don't ever mess with it, so whatever. The map now has interactive filters, colored symbols, and icon clustering to make it easier to read and use. A selection of changes have been made to improve the map, with filters allowing you to customize the elements that are presented on it. The icons are colored by type to make things more legible. They also cluster dynamically to sit alongside one another in circumstances where they would have previously overlapped. There's some instances with that, specifically on Golden Ridge Reserve. We'll probably take a look at that. Features and quality of life improvements. Gameplay. A new rod tracking strength accessibility setting has been added to allow you to choose how much you want the camera to track the movement of the rod relative to the fish. Okay. I'm not going to read that. A collection of changes have been made to the fishing line to improve both its appearance and behavior. The line behavior has been updated so that appropriate line types float realistically on the surface of the water instead of sinking, and are now also visible beneath the water as well as above. The visible thickness of the lines has been changed as well where appropriate. New accessibility option has been added that allows you to switch reeling to a toggle rather than the hold action. That's freaking awesome. Basically, it's you just tap a button and it'll just constantly reel. Jigging and twitching can now be performed by holding a button in addition to being able to perform the motion manually. So instead of moving your mouse all over the place trying to get your rhythm just right, you hold down a button and it'll be perfect every time. That's awesome. The compatibility of baits and lures with all the fish species has been updated to provide a more authentic experience. This is going to suck because now I'm going to have to relearn all these stupid fish. There's a new learning curve for everybody when it comes to this now. So my old notes are probably no longer going to be relevant. I'll be making new notes as I go along. Previously, the compatibility of the baits and lures with our fish species was too broad, meaning most fish would be attracted to most baits and lures. This made it hard to target specific species as well as create unrealistic scenarios. The changes here will resolve both of these key problems. I never saw it as a problem. I mean, it was kind of nice to just be able to throw a line out and see what I got. I might be going after bass, but if I got a pike, I wasn't hating on it. I mean, it was like, yeah, okay, cool, I got a pike. Now let's go get the bass. I don't know how I feel about that. I know a lot of people wanted a more realistic fishing experience, but let's be honest, this game is an arcade style game. It's not a simulator, and they're trying to make it a simulator, or as much of a simulator as possible, and I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. Keep it arcadey. That's my opinion. The diamond spawn rates on Trollsport Nature Reserve for both the Xander and Bream have been increased to make them easier to find and catch. UI, it is now possible to rewatch the reserve intro videos in the newly updated reserve selection and information menu. Okay. Activity reports used to appear one after another in a queue. It has been updated to a feed style of presentation to show multiple lines of updates at once. Yeah, that's exactly the reason why I have chat turned off, because I just don't want to see that crap. The last used vehicle in the vehicle selection menu now appears at the top of the list, so you can easily select your favorite vehicle each time. If that's your thing, if you're one of those people who like to customize all the time, then yeah, I can see that being nice, but I don't waste money on skins or liveries, as they call them. The option to toggle the user interface on and off during gameplay has been added. As we noticed, it's either all or nothing with the HUD, which kind of sucks. It'd be nice if you can remove certain aspects of it instead of removing it all. Hopefully they'll do something more with that to where you can remove certain aspects instead of being all or nothing. We'll see how that happens, but I'm not going to mess with it. It is now possible to listen to voiceovers for collectibles immediately upon pickup during gameplay instead of having to find them within the menus. That would get annoying really quick. I'm not going to lie, that's going to get ignoring really quick. I don't want to hear the voiceovers when I pick up the items. I really don't. If I want to hear the voiceovers, I'll go to that item and listen to it. Yeah. Ugh. Audio. A series of new options have been added to the strike sound effects setting to give you more tools to refine the audio experience. We previously gave you the tools to disable the nibbling and strike audio cues, but there was also feedback about the sound of the rod during the strike. It's now possible to choose which combination of gameplay audio cues you want to have enabled. A few small changes have been made to the audio to enrich the experience with bespoke music for the Norway lookout towers and an update to the audio cue you hear when leveling up. They were fine. I don't know why they changed it. When browsing the store, you now decide when you want the shopkeeper to talk to you about the selected items. That's awesome. I love that. The super chatty shopkeepers in Golden Ridge Reserve and Trollsport Nature Reserve finally learn to read the room and will only talk to you when you choose to hear from them. Even we need a break from their loud advertising. Multiplayer. 2 additional emotes have been added, the I Don't Know and Pretender. And a new category of chat lines have been added called Gameplay, along with a few more lines having been added to the Fun category. Performance has been improved on the minimum and recommended spec PCs. That we talked about this in nauseum. More of these are going to be coming out probably with every single update. This is going to be part of the update. Full patch notes, gameplay, resolved a series of instances of missing or mismatching collisions, in some cases of floating objects in Norway. After catching a fish on a boat, the player's position would be rotated 180 degrees to face the wrong way. This has now been resolved. This has happened to me. It didn't bother me, but I mean, apparently it bothered somebody because they changed it. It's good that they changed it, but it's whatever, right? Fixed a number of vehicle spawning locations that saw the vehicles being put in unrecoverable situations. I actually had a truck end up in the lake. That was fun. I also had a boat end up on dry land. Go figure, right? To minimize the frustration of losing a fish in the last few moments of a fight, we have disabled line snaps upon intersecting with the boat, as we observe too many people losing fish in the final phases of the fight on boats. That's freaking life. I mean, see, this is what I'm talking about. They change things to be more realistic in one area and then change things to be more unrealistic in another. Make up your mind, ZW. I mean, come on, guys. I love the dev team. I really do. I've got nothing but praise for them. But this behavior needs to stop. Pick a side of the spectrum and stay on that side. Either make it more realistic or keep it arcadey. Pick one. Because if you go back and forth, if you're trying to play both sides of the coin, you're going to lose every single time. We saw that happen with, what was that game? That Amazon game that came out. The RPG. Whatever it was, they basically went, making it super hard. They were trying to play or cater to the hardcore players. And then they also tried to cater to the casual players. And both sides were like, you know what, screw this. And they stopped playing. So that game's numbers have tanked so bad. And that's going to happen with this game if they try to cater to the hardcore fishermen, the people who want simulation, and trying to cater to the people who are just here for the casual fishing experience. If they try to cater to both, they're going to piss off both. It's better to piss off one or the other. It doesn't matter which one you piss off. If you're going to piss off anybody, pick a side. Which side do you want to piss off? It's much better than pissing off both sides. Trust me, we've seen this in gaming for decades. You just can't play both sides. It's never a winning combination. Moving on. Hold press to skip functions have been added to the videos and the award screen to avoid accidental skipping. Okay. Email addresses are now obscured to avoid accidental sharing on streams. That's probably a smart move. Backing out of the customization in the storage menus in the shop no longer causes the shop menu to close completely. Instead, you'll be taken back to the shop's main menu. I don't know why this has taken so long to make happen. This should have been like one of the first things, one of the first fixes they should have done was this right here. Fix the journal popping up incorrectly on Norway fishing missions. Player cursors are always on top of map icons now, so they never become obscured. Player cursors can be toggled on and off on the map to avoid any selection conflicts. Snapping to map icons when using a gamepad got improved when navigating the map. What just happened? I just lost my place. When navigating the map, allowing for an easier and faster selection of icons in general. A key cursor is now present when inputting text, making it easier to type and edit entries. Huh? Is this a feature I don't know about? Entries for what? What can you make? Is there a notepad that I don't know about? Have I not? I'm confused. Anyways, audio. Volume sliders are now immediate. Audio sliders now immediately adjust the audio levels rather than only after accepting the changes, allowing you to easily adjust the volume to your preference. Okay. Collision audio has been added for vehicles. Now you get an audio feedback when colliding with in-world objects. Okay. The fishing line no longer deforms water with movement. Now it only causes ripples on the surface, creating a more natural presentation. I doubt that. The Persimmon boots no longer clip through the curtain call bottoms. Fixed an issue that would see the player's rod disappear from their hands while changing from a low to medium video preset. Resolved a series of issues in Norway that saw water incorrectly rendering or behaving. The player's avatar now renders correctly beneath the water within the reward sequence if they are standing in water. Okay, so you won't get cut off at the waist anymore. That's kind of nice. NPC's hair no longer disappears when the low video preset is used. The incorrect normals on the selection of incognito tops have been fixed for body type A. This resolves the upper body looking skewed when wearing this range of clothes. Fixed a rare bug that saw players' rods disappearing when emoting from the quick menu. Minor tweaks have been made to improve the draw distance of shadows in Norway to improve appearance and consistency. Multiplayer. Fast traveling could cause pieces of clothing to disappear from characters when viewed by other players. You can now venture around the reserves without fear of seeing any flashers. Improved connection stability with when multiplayer sessions are almost full. And then lastly, we hope you'll enjoy the content of patch 1.2.4 and would love to hear what you think about these changes and fixes as we continue to improve the game based on your feedback. Don't forget to check out the Player Council initiative if you would like to get even more involved in our efforts to make the Angler the best fishing game it can be. Thank you so much for your support so far. Happy fishing. I did sign up for that Player Council initiative, but as I mentioned in another video, the chances of me getting put on that council are slim to none because of things that were said and done a few years ago with Expansive Worlds and myself. They will never make me a content creator, so I highly doubt that they're going to put me on the Player Council as well, but we'll find out. I have nothing bad to say about this game, so I don't know. It's just the Hunter Call of the Wild that I can't stand. But anyways, let's jump into the game and see for ourselves what some of these changes are. We're not going to go over all of them because, yeah, this video would be way too long. We're already at 16 minutes, so let's just get into it. While we're doing that, one of the things that I did was I came over to accessibility. I put my rod tracking strength down to 50. That way it's 50-50 between the fish and the rod itself. What else did I do? I did something. The reeling input is now toggle. So I don't have to hold down the reel in button. I just press it whenever I want to reel in, press it again if I want to stop. I think that's about right, and I do apologize for that extra noise. Kind of sucks. So if I do this, so the line should float. And here it kind of looks like it's floating, but I don't see any major difference. So if I reel in a little bit, right about there, we can see here that the line is not floating. And it should be. The braided line is really the only line that should sink. So, well, I guess that's not entirely true. But yeah, I would expect this line to float a little bit more. But it's not, and truth be told, I can barely see it underwater. I mean, I can see it, but it's really, really, really faint. So I'm not quite sure that they really truly fixed that, or made that an adjustment. I don't know. But yeah, okay. And then if we come over to our lure fishing, what do you mean casting to? Right. So if we do this, if we max it out to 6, our lure should come straight to the top, and we should see a change in how it reacts with the water. So let's take a look. And we are now on the surface. I'm not seeing any major changes. Like, nothing looks better than it did before when it comes to this. It looks the same. Yeah, I'm not buying that they did anything with that. I'm sure they did, but I just, the change isn't significant enough to really see. Right. Well, whatever. Let's try this. Right, so if you look in the lower left-hand corner, you can see we have cut the line by holding E, hold space to jig, so... Oh, that is so nice. Guys, that is so nice that I don't have to move my mouse to do this. Oh, that's great. I release it and it stops jigging. Hold control to twitch. That's working. I like it. I like it a lot. I might actually start doing the plastics now that I know that I can jig and twitch without having to constantly move my mouse. That's awesome. Okay, so that definitely works. I like it. You know what? Why am I doing that? Just cut the line. Right. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot to even look. So for jigging. Oh, that is so much better. So before, when I would jig, it would just follow the rod. And look at this, it's now like perfectly still. So I'm just looking at the water. Oh, I love that. And same thing with twitching. Yep. It no longer follows the rod, but I'm also really, really close too. Let's go out a little bit further. Test that again. Oh, that's perfect. 50 is perfect. So it's not following my rod, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to follow the rod. I wanted to still be able to see the rod, but I didn't want it to follow it. And that's okay, good. Awesome. I love it. I love it. That's great. And we can try this, but I always do the Lionheart anyways, so that's gonna stay on the top, but whatever. What else? Oh, the map. The map was, oh, look at that. So if you're colorblind, you're gonna wanna change up your settings to do colorblind mode. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hard time seeing this, but we've got orange for our fishing holes, blue for our vistas, purple for our point of interest, yellow for outposts, and green for lookout towers. Nice. And where was the one problem child? Oh, right here. So right here, this vista was hidden behind the trailhead. So you wouldn't be able to see this vista because of this icon right here. What's this red? Oh, I already went over that. Okay. So yeah, and then the closer you get, it moves it out here, which I'm not a fan of that. Because this vista is not right here. It's closer to being right here is where it triggers. But, you know, I mean, whatever. It's still nice, right? And the player icon does still show up on the top. So that's kind of cool. So I'll always be able to see where I'm at. I like that. I love this. How do I toggle map key with F? Aha! Oh, and they even categorized it. Oh, I love this, guys. I love this. So you've got your points that you can fast travel to. They've categorized them, right? And then you've got your non-fast travel locations. You can fast travel to the... Well, no, you can't fast travel to the shop. That's right, you can't. Oh. And here it'll show you where the warden's at. That's actually kind of cool. So I can do that. And it gets rid of all the non-fast travel spots. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh, that's amazing. That is great. So I can get rid of all that crap that I never care about. Oh, that's great. That is absolutely great. Now, when you're starting a new map, you're probably going to want to have this on so you can see them, but that is cool. And I can still kind of move the map around. You can't zoom in and out. You can only move it up and down. That kind of sucks. It'd be nice if we could zoom this in and out from this view, but I'm okay with this. I am absolutely 100% okay with this. Let's see what else we got. Information. Fishing spots. Yeah, I'd probably keep that on. Shop rewards. Shop reward. What the fuck is shop reward? I don't know what that is. I have no clue what that is. Vehicles, so we can see our boat valets. What? Boat valet, boat car, car valet. I would probably want to keep that on, but I'm not seeing on the map where those are at. What if we confirm? Wait. Do I not have to save or anything? I just exit out? Oh, okay. I guess that's all I gotta do. Yeah, the boat stuff isn't showing up. The valets aren't showing up. Did I toggle that off by mistake? No, it's on. The vehicle stuff is all on, but it's not showing it on the map. So that's an issue. Man, they had it. They had it. They had the points, and they just lost points because this is not right. That sucks. Let's see if we can't work this out for them. Let's go grab a boat. A boot? I wonder if the valet stuff will only show up if you're in multiplayer. It shouldn't. Seems kind of stupid that it'd only show up in multiplayer. But we come here. What the hell? It's not letting me grab a boat? Oh. Why is the trigger so jacked up? There we go. Oh, it's E. Okay. I thought it was F for some reason. So we'll call our boat. Does it? I thought it would show up here. Huh. Whatever. Let's go back to our map and see if it shows up. Okay, now it shows up. Oh. And the car showed up. The car valet showed up there, but I'm not seeing it pop up anywhere else. So does it only pop up when you use it? Because that's kind of stupid. Like, there should be one for the boats right here. I know that for sure. There should be boat and car up here. There should be a car and boat right here. Yeah, it's not showing up. So that's a major bug. It only showed up when I called a boat, and for some reason it also brought the car in. That is so weird. Okay, let's try something here. We're testing some stuff out for these guys now. Because that is clearly not right. What do I know? I want to go this way. I wonder if that was intentional. I find it hard to believe that was intentional, because I only got the boat, but it popped up the car and the boat spot. Actually, did it even pop up the boat spot? Oh, it only shows it if you're close by? But here it only shows the car. So if I come up here, when I zoom in, it's not there. But the boat valet should be showing up on the map. It's only showing up on the HUD. So if I come here, let's go map, still not there, but it's showing the car. So if I call a boat, oops, if I call a boat, now the boat shows up, but the boat valet does not. And it's supposed to show the boat valets, but it's only showing the cars. And it's only showing the cars when you're near them, from what I can tell. So if we come back over here, let me go map. There's the car. and this car one disappeared. Yeah, so there's some issues with that. So the map, they did a lot of good stuff with the map. All right, let's just point that out. They have done some really awesome things with the map. I love how you can filter out stuff. I like that it's color coded, which will make it a lot easier to find stuff. But the valets, your vehicle ports, those are broken. So they need to fix that. But outside of that, I like it. I'm not gonna test that because I'm not gonna put the volume on it. But yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna call it here. Really, those are the only things I wanted to show and look at. The rest of it is so small and honestly kind of insignificant compared to the bigger picture. So yeah, I like it. I like the new mechanics when it comes to fishing, especially the twitch and the jigging stuff. That's awesome. I absolutely love that. Like, I straight up love that. And also the toggle reel, or the reel toggle. I like that a lot too. And I don't really think they did anything visually different. But for some reason, things look a lot better than they did before, which is interesting. Yeah, so there it is, guys. If you like the video, hit that like button. If I've earned it, hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe, be cool, and have fun. We'll catch you in the next one.